There's a question you might be asking yourself. Why the did this happen to me? Why the did this happen to me? Why the did this happen to me? Why the did this happen to me?
Why the did this happen to me? I don't know.
Why the did this happen to me? Why the did this happen to me? And you would be right in asking that question. Why? Because we absolutely want to know. What did I do to deserve this? What went wrong? What can I look at and blame, even and especially if it's myself? I'll tell you a secret. I felt guilty. I felt so guilty. I thought that in some way, shape, or form, that I must be absolutely and completely responsible for my cancer diagnosis. And I was like, well, heck, this is me doing my best. I tried to exercise, take supplements. I'm hugging puppies. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be a decent person in my life. And still this thing happened, right? So I felt so bad for so long. And I was like, oh my gosh, let's talk about the science. And this helped me a lot. And maybe it will help you too. There are 3 things that affect our health and a possible diagnosis of cancer. They are 1, our genetic background. 2, our environment. 3, our lifestyle. So, how much control do we have over those 3 things? First, our genetic makeup. What is that? That's the stuff that is passed down to us through thousands of years of our ancestors. That's the DNA that we get from our parents and everyone else that was in our past. Back to cave people. Now, how much control do we have over that? Absolutely nothing. Now, you can get mad at your genetic makeup if you want to. Please go ahead, feel free. But that's like getting mad at the color of your eyes. You know, you can do it, but it's not going to help. So, our genetic makeup we have absolutely no control over. Number 2, our environment. How much control do we have over that? And what is that? That's, the air we breathe, the water we drink. That's whatever's around us that influences us physically. Now, you could say, hey, we have a lot of influence over that, but oh, really, do we? Because, the air we breathe? Come on, how much do we control that? The water we drink? Like the water we bathe in? And I gotta say too, more chemicals are being introduced into our environment all the time. Now, that's not particularly good news, but I gotta say, do we have control over that? For the largest part of it, no, we do not. Third thing, lifestyle. Those are all the choices that we make every single day. What we eat, who we hang out with, what we wear, how much we exercise or don't exercise, what we watch on Netflix. Now you have influence over that, right? So you could point at that and go, oh yeah, well, that's where we're responsible. And we certainly, I would say, have power in those, but that doesn't guarantee we're gonna be healthy. My point with all of this is, if you are feeling guilty, if you are feeling responsible, please let yourself off the hook. Let yourself off the hook. I had a very hard time with this. I felt so guilty and so responsible and like everything was my fault and like I must have been a terrible person, and I also felt sometimes like God was punishing me for something I did wrong. And I think now that nothing could be further from the truth. Right? If you're having those doubts and there's those thoughts, I'm here to tell you folks, there's whole huge chunks of this that you did not and do not control. So forgive yourself, okay? Here's the hope part, everybody. We do have choice in our lives. As much as we don't control our genetic background or big chunks of our environment, we have choice now, and you have choice now. And those choices can be, how am I going to gather the resources around me to help myself in the best way that I can through this journey? What can I think or feel that's going to help myself as I get through this? Who am I going to ask for help? All those things you do have influence over. And I have faith in you. There are millions of us who have gone through this, and all of us wish you well.
Why the f did this happen to me?
Why,